Detroit Den 303, welcome back. Steve here. Before I get into it, before I start talking some Detroit Lions, hit that subscribe button. Leave some comments down below on this episode too, because I woke up and I'm pretty excited. You know, I was studying up last night, looking to see what's going on with the Lions and OTAs, and our young star, man, he's looking good so far in OTAs, and I get it. I don't want to gas this kid up and start using Hall of Fame and stuff like that, but just so far with his young career, not even stepping on a football field yet. Like, I'm excited about Terrion Arnold. Real quick, shout out to Tim Twentyman too for this information. I'm going to read you guys something from his article. This is coming from him. He was talking about quarterback Terrion Arnold made short work of a situational drill for the offense when he picked off Jared Goff, who was covering Jamison Williams. So they're putting Terrion Arnold out there and saying, hey, go cover the fastest guy on the team. And he's holding his own. He's keeping up. Picking off Jared Goff. It sounded like Jamison Williams was running a comeback route, which is a hard route for a quarter to defend. And Terrion Arnold made a play on it. And after the play, Jared Goff went over to the sidelines, congratulated Terrion on the interception. I don't know that I would have done the same thing if I was Jared Goff in that situation, but it's just OTAs. So it's really, really exciting to hear about Terrion Arnold playing so well, even though it's so early and it's not meaningful football yet. I truly believe this will translate to an NFL football field, though. So real quick, I'm not going to sit here and just read stuff from Tim Twentyman. This article that he wrote, and there's more information on there, so I'm just going to be talking about Terrion Arnold. I want to talk about Terrion and Carlton Davis, our two probably most likely starting corners, with Amik Robertson kind of floating around. He's kind of a Swiss Army knife. I've kind of hinted at maybe wanting to see Brian Branch at safety more, and then you can move Amik Robertson at the nickel, and I think that secondary would be good. You still got Kirby Joseph back there too, but focusing on Terrion Arnold and Carlton Davis real quick. If these two corners that we have, if Carlton Davis is the lockdown corner that he's saying he's going to be, and I love the confidence, but you can say and talk and say all the right stuff in interviews. If it doesn't translate to a field, it's really just that. It's just talk. But if he really truly is that lockdown, take away the other team's number one receiver type of corner, and Terrion Arnold is on the other side and he's bodying up number two wide receivers, and we got two guys on the outside of this defense that are taking away the top two options for a quarterback and an opposing team, our defense is going to be absolutely I don't even know how to describe it. They're going to be an elite defense. If those two guys can take away number one wide receivers for the opposing team and number two wide receivers for the opposing team, and you're telling me that Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch, Jack Campbell, and the linebacking core are defending the middle of the football field against the passing attack, while we have a revamped defensive line as well that I know is going to be better. I know they're going to be much better with DJ Reader, Aiden Hutchinson, Ali McNeil, who I really want to get into soon because I think he's looking pretty good in preseason stuff. And then that opposite defensive end, we got some guys we're going to be shuffling around. But if you're telling me Terrion Arnold, Carlton Davis are just going out there and they're locking guys up, and our defense only has to cover the middle half of the field on passing situations, how are you going to score on us? Because I know Aiden Hutchinson's going to be getting after it. I know DJ Reader's going to help him just absolutely explode this year. I'm excited, man. I just can't wait for football season. This is just, I have to dive into OTA stuff, and I have to just kind of use it as like real football, because that's how much I'm itching to get back to Ford Field on Sundays. Like, mentally, I'm already there. It's unfortunately only May 31st, and we have about a month and a half-ish until training camp starts, some preseason games, but we're knocking on the door. So I just want you guys to think about this little situation. Like I'm talking about Carlton Davis, Terrion Arnold just going out there, and they're just, maybe we have two shutdown corners. Like, when have we really had one shutdown corner for the Detroit Lions? And I know a lot of people are going to say Darius Slay, but I was never like an overly huge Darius Slay fan. Big play Slay, but it seemed like every game to me, he was like a walking pass interference. Was never just a huge fan, but I get he was a good corner. And I don't want to say elite or lockdown, but he was probably one of the better corners we've had. We tried it with Jeff Okudah. We've tried it with Jerry Jacobs last year, and it just hasn't worked out. So Brad Holmes went out and he addressed the problem, traded for Carlton Davis. brought in Amik Robertson. In the draft, he took Ennis Rakestraw, Terrion Arnold. So this whole defense is just kind of tweaked in a major, major way. And then the defensive line, the only thing that really hasn't been touched is the linebacking core. Jet Campbell, Alex Anzalone, Derek Barnes. Maybe we see a little bit of Malcolm Rodriguez in there too. He's got kind of a weird situation that he's working in where he's special teams. Is he going to be fullback? Is he going to be linebacker? We don't know. Can't wait to see it. But man, if Terrion Arnold and Carlton Davis, it's just, I think our passing defense last year was so terrible, especially in the second half or the late half of the season when we were going against Minnesota twice, the Cowboys, in the playoffs with the Rams and the Buccaneers, and we were going against elite receivers. We were just getting torched. And no disrespect, but when Kendall Vildor was out there and you just kind of knew what was coming, like we just had to upgrade that position. And I really think we did. And then we lose Cam Sutton with his whole situation. Carlton Davis, I love his confidence. I just really, really, truly hope that it translates to Sundays, Monday nights, Sunday nights, Thursdays, whatever day we're playing. If Carlton Davis is out there and he's shutting down guys like Justin Jefferson and Puka Nacua, like whoever else we're playing against, if he's taking away number one receivers, Terrion Arnold's on the other side and he's shutting down number two receivers, and you're telling me I have to really focus on covering a third wide receiver, a tight end, maybe a running back, and that's what I really have to focus on defensively for Aaron Glenn, man, it just opens up a lot of possibilities for this defense to be absolutely just unstoppable. Like, how are you guys going to score 17 to 20 points on us? Because I know our offense is going to go out there. We're going to probably average somewhere around 24 to 27, somewhere in that ballpark. It's really exciting to think about just having good complementary football, an elite offense, an elite defense, an elite special teams unit. I'm just excited for football, guys. Leave some comments down below. Let me know how you feel about this. Shout out to Tim 20min again for the article. I was just, kind of got my wheels spinning, got my brain firing, thinking about some other stuff. So leave some comments down below. Let me know what you think. Hit that like button. If you're new here, stick around, subscribe. We'll be back later with another show.